Welcome to Retirement with Jim. So today, there are other faults at play. What do you think they are? So before we get started, if you like my channel, please hit the like button and please subscribe. Helps my channel grow. With that, and also leave comments. Love to hear what you're thinking. So with that, let's get started. So there are other faults at play in regards to why Social Security is failing or struggling, as they say. So, and they aren't about just fixing Social Security. There are really two things at play here. So Social Security represents about 31% of income for people over 65. And my information came from MarketWatch. Among beneficiaries 65 and older, 39% are male and 44% are women receive 50% or more of their income from Social Security. And among beneficiaries, 12% being men, 15% being women, rely on 90% of their income from Social Security. So there's a lot of people who depend, on Social Security. People are always talking about, well, we got to fix Social Security, and granted, there are things that do need to be changed in Social Security. But you got to ask yourself the fundamental question, why do so many people now rely on Social Security? Well, two reasons. One, the biggest one, the obvious one, is companies are no longer offering pensions. They saw the 401k as a way out for them to do away with, contributing to their employees. So employers decided they're going to keep that money, for them, their bottom line, and just do away with it. So that there are only 15% of companies in this country that still offer pensions, and that is a huge change in why people are more dependent on Social Security, because they knew they had a pension. Most people stayed pretty loyal. They didn't move from company to company like they maybe do now, but of course, companies aren't as loyal to them anymore either. So it's a two-way street. Well, I'm not defending employers, that's for sure. But the fact that they've done away with that makes that you now have to do it on your own. And so, the 401k, it's kind of a do-it-yourselfer. Now, there's many ways to get help with the 401k, and it has improved steadily through the years. But it is a large reason why an older segment of society has relied completely on Social Security, because they were expecting maybe to have a pension and that they would have for the rest of their lives until they died. So that being said, there's a lot of unforeseen changes that happened to Social Security, making Social Security far more the basis of income that people relied on, so now the other is the politicians. Politicians don't talk to one another. They don't communicate. They don't work together. They don't communicate to one another, let alone work together. So they don't have a vested interest in trying to, basically shore up the changes that would be necessary to give, Social Security a longer leg to stand on. Excuse me, stumbled all over my words there. So, there are a lot of things that they can do that could improve the longevity of Social Security. And mind you, all of this comes with sacrifice. There is never anything that's going to be changed, fixed, whatnot, amended without some kind of sacrifices in place. But, they can lift the cap on the earnings. They can slowly raise the retirement age. They've already done that. It's now pretty much officially 67. The wage cap was 176. It really should be removed because any money earned beyond that, you don't pay any taxes on. And yet all the earners at the bottom pay 100% of their money. Yet people at the top, which it's a larger group now, earn quite a bit of money and they don't pay taxes on it. So, and they could explore like some of the other countries that have permitted investing into the stock market as something, a portion of the money out of Social Security. So the other countries have similar programs, and we have not done that. And let's face it, the stock market has outperformed the Social Security in miles apart. So should it be an investment? It probably should. Because no matter what the ups and downs of the stock market always recovers and always regains and always moves forward. So it's fair to say that these are some of the changes that should take place, and so to help that program. So when everybody talks about criticism of it, it's got to do with politics, but it's really got to do, number one, with the loss of pensions in this country. The wealthy got wealthier by saying we don't have to fund that anymore, and it's time for us to just maybe stand up and say, okay, it's time to tax the wealthy a little bit more, simply because they've already put that burden back on us anyway. And let's face it, most of them made their money through all of us. So let me know what you think. I know some people are going to say it's controversial, but I'd like to know in the comments below what your thoughts are. So with that, have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.